Hey everybody, it's Doom here from Dungeons and Doom Biscuit, and tonight's my game night, so I am not going to be making a miniature from the monster manual. I'm going to be making the fight that we're going to have, and the fight tonight is in the sewers of an abandoned city that they're trying to rekindle and rebuild. So, 100 years ago or more, when the city was still in use, it was the headquarters of the Thieves Guild was in the sewers. So what I want to do is I want to build something that's kind of like sewery, but it's something I can fold up. So that's kind of what I want to do. So I'm going to take my board for now, and I'm going to set it off to the side. And I'm going to start working on some pieces of tile to use to adorn it and to kind of get some platforms and stuff. So I want it to be kind of like a rounded sewer deal, but I'm not sure exactly how I want to pull that off yet. So let's see if I can't get some of this foam. And I don't know if this is from the Dollar Tree or where this is from. My mom gave me this, but it seems to be pretty easy to work with. So what I want to do is I want to get like a rough shape. I don't want it to be perfect because I want this sewer to be 100 years of being underground and not in great shape. So to accomplish that, I'm just going to make mine kind of crappy and beat up. And I'm going to use, I'm going to make the bricks kind of big on this. Bigger than you would normally make for something like this. Now, I don't do a lot of measuring when I craft, so just kind of bear with me if you don't like the way things look. Take the time to measure when you do yours and make them a little more even if you want. But I'm not into that. Okay. So, yes, no, yes, no. All right, so then we want to do yes, yes, yes. And I'm just doing every other, you can't really see them yet, but you'll be able to see them once I get it going here. So then we're going to get a pen or something, or whatever you have. I have a pen here. We're going to use that. Now you're starting to be able to see what I'm accomplishing here a little bit better. And I'm not going for perfection. I want to get a board built fast that I need for a fight this evening, and I want it to be dry. And I have just about 3 hours to get this done, and there's no way we can make a 3-hour video because you guys would hate me. All right, so let's set that off to the side, and let's find the board. Here we go. And what I want to do is I want to start creating an outer walkway area. So for this, kind of get it up near the edge there a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect. Get another hot glue stick because I think this one's about cached. Okay, something like that. And then where I didn't get to really run it through there because it fell apart, I'm just going to run it through there again. And then to texture that, just grab a tinfoil ball. And then you want to kind of like rip some of these bricks apart. And I'm going to hit mine with, I'm going to do this on all of them. I'm just showing you one section at a time here. But I'm going to also hit the edges to make them look worn and beaten. I'm going to do some spots in here. Okay. Okay, so that's one. We'll set that off to the side. Let's make some more. So to make these, like I said, I'm not measuring anything. And I don't want these to look too similar or too perfect. Okay. Okay. All right, here we go. Something like that. Oh, can't get that piece off. There we go. All right, I'm going to get the minor burning hand spell. And the same thing I did on this one, I'm just going to do some cleanup work on these. And then where the board flips, we're going to need to kind of do it a little different. So what I'm going to do, just kind of build mine to fit right against that seam. Oh well, that's not what I wanted, but now I could use this board again down the road. I don't know if I'm ever going to, but I hadn't planned on sealing this or anything. So if you're going to seal this, that's up to you, but I'm not going to seal mine. What I'm going to do with mine is just kind of lean it in a corner and until it eventually gets smushed or destroyed in some way. So we know this has to open up. Oops, lost my tinfoil ball before I textured this. So we're going to do the same thing on this side. We're going to get a piece that kind of can fit there. We're going to cut. And what I want to do is I want mine to be kind of line up a little bit. Not perfect, but a little bit. All right, probably don't want to be cutting all over our board there. I have an interesting question. You guys are willing to post your comments below on your thoughts on this. All right, you're married. When you get married, you explain to your future spouse that your family holidays will always trump anybody else's family holidays because your family, more so than most families, is big in tradition. But then years later, your significant other's family all of a sudden starts trying to do tradition stuff and gather for holidays and stuff, but it's interfering with the discussion that you had initially that your family's stuff always wins. Now, the fair answer is yes, I suppose. You know, the kids get equal time with both families. But let's say that your spouse her family hates you. Even though they don't really even know you. That makes it really difficult to even try to partake in their activities. And then on top of that, you know, your kids would rather go to your family's than your spouse's family's activities. Because your family has better food and a nicer environment and takes care of their homes better and just, you know, basic normal reasons people would like something better, you know, all of those combined. This is all hypothetical. Ish. Hypothetical-ish. Well, whatever you guys think about for like holidays and how we spend them with who, the hypothetical question is, I guess, kind of more of a poll. I'm not asking you to take my side, but the more of you that took my side in the comments, the better. To let Mrs. Doom know how important my family shit is compared to her family shit. You know, we've always had our family gatherings when Mrs. Doom and I were dating for 10 years or more, or however long we dated. You know, her family wasn't doing stuff, but our family was. But now that her family's trying to do stuff, I just feel like it's kind of, you know, that ship's sailed, and my family does all the fun stuff, and your family is the suck family of boring suck. But we'll leave that up to you guys in the comments to discuss. So we're already getting, we're about 20 minutes in here, and we're already getting a pretty decent shape going for this battle board for tonight's fight. So let's hurry up and do these last couple spots we need to do. And now, the older boys apparently plan on having Thanksgiving at their house, too. Well, how the hell am I supposed to go to all these places? I'm sure as hell not going to be able to. Just can't happen. Too many people want too much from me. Forgot to do my pen shit. Now, if everybody's having stuff on different days, hey, let's make it work, you know. But everybody wants to have theirs on the holiday, thus meaning that they superiorly believe that theirs is the most important event. I intentionally don't have Thanksgiving because I know everybody wants to have it, and my main goal is to have the most amount of family members in one place as possible. So unless we use my D&D room, which, God forbid we did that, I don't want to use that. We just couldn't fit everybody. We could if we had fit everybody. We could have an enormous Thanksgiving if we were to use my D&D room. But I don't want to. That's my D&D room. And the youngest Doom's birthday party, one of my miniatures got destroyed. And I had to repair it, and I was super upset. All right. If I can get this thing open. Where's it open at? There we go. All right, that was a bit more than I wanted, so we're just gonna snap that off. La, 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 la. Where's the pieces I snapped off at? They're lost forever. No big deal. We'll just get this piece and glue it on there, kind of like that. And we'll get another one of those and glue it on here, kind of like that. Put it out at an angle. And we'll tear up the edges with our super spell of destiny. Oh. Okay. So for this side over here, we're just going to glue that directly on there. In the ballpark of where we want it. Where's my cutter? Aha! We're going to cut off the excess like that. Okay. Same deal. A tinfoil ball. There it is. Okay. Now we're going to get a piece. Here we go. Let's kind of figure out how this one's going to go on here. So about that high. Yeah, I know. I already said we should not be doing this on top of our board, but we're in a hurry. So we're already, I think, 25 minutes in, and we have accomplished nothing. I have lost my ballpoint pen. There it is. It's actually not a ballpoint pen. It's a gel roller. I think. I don't know. G2? I don't know what it is. It's a good pen. You think I know exactly what kind of pen it is with as many of these as I use. So I was fortunate enough to be able to make that wet in the middle like I wanted, all water in the middle. And then for our last side over here, this might not be quite long enough. Well, let's see what I can do here. Close enough for government work. So we're going to cut this out like this. Okay. In our glue stick. Whoops. Ah, you shit ass. Okay. Now we're mostly where we want to be. All right, so we have a couple spots to melt yet on this side. And then we're not going to add too much more here. I think we're going to call this a win for the most part. Now to base coat this whole thing, let's get some tools put away. I'm not going to bore you with me base coating this, but I will show you how I'm going to base coat it. All right, so to base coat this whole thing, what we're going to do is we're going to get a plastic cup or bowl or something we can mix stuff in. I like to use that for dirt. Let me find something else. And these have little lids, so if you have leftover, you're going to want some Mod Podge. Maybe you want some Mod Podge. Okay. You're going to want some green paint. And you're going to want a smidge of brown in there. And of course, white glue. I need to refill my white glue thing up. Okay. And then you're just going to get it. You're going to flip it over. You're going to make sure you got everything you're supposed to get, all the textures that are supposed to be there. Like that's not supposed to be loose, so we'll just throw that off there. And then you're just going to take this and stir it up with a medium brush. Something you can get some decent coverage with. I'm going to be using this. Okay. And you're just going to get in here and make sure if you need to add water, you can add water. You want to get it in all the cracks and stuff, okay? And I'm just going to paint this whole board like this with this color, and then we'll come back and paint it and add some more detail. And I have a couple other ideas too, what we could be doing that might be cool. So if you like what I'm doing here, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell icon. If you feel so compelled even, share it with a friend or a Facebook group or something. I appreciate that greatly. We're really close to that 500 mark, and that's a kind of a big deal for me. I thought we were going to get 30 people, and it's just the number keeps climbing and climbing and climbing. It's unreal. I didn't think it could get this way. But, by the way, if you wonder why we're using green for the base coat, it's because when we come back and paint the stonework gray, the cracks in the middle are going to be ancient and gross green. So there is a method to my madness. But I'll see you guys in part 2, and we'll get this thing decorated and painted up and add some accessories and stuff maybe. So this has to be ready tonight, so I am in kind of a hurry. So I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. This will be dry and ready to go.